Okay, guys, so there's just a couple more days left to register, a couple more spots open for this course this weekend. There's the graphic for it right there. And it is going to be Saturday and Sunday, about 14 hours. If you're not consistently profitable, I highly recommend this course because it is a complete walkthrough to get you to profitability and keep you there and to show you exactly what we do every single day to make money. Now I'll give you an example. I got an email today, and let me get this out of the way here. You can see the SPY very strong. I got an email today asking if my course, if our trading course that Wayne and I put together, if we share our scanner settings, as if, and the email went on to imply that somehow you just need a good scanner, and that's all you need to make money. All right. And they went on to talk about MNGA from today and told me a story about a guy that said, I guess he runs a room or something, said that's MNGA lit up his momentum scanner or something, like proprietary settings on his scanner, and he was buying here, 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 and even added all the way up here. And then it did this. And I can't get my head around somebody saying, hey, I want a scanner. I want some scanner settings that'll spit out some crap like this, okay? If I could teach you without ever taking the course or not, without ever joining our chat room, if I could just say it 2 words, the most important 2 words I could ever tell you if you want to make it as a trader, and I could only choose 2 words, it would be don't chase. All right, there you go. If you're buying this thing up in here, or you're buying it here, 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 and you're adding up here, I mean, look what can happen. How many people do you think got their ass handed to them today, being taught by some amazing trader who makes $8 million a year, or whatever, adding up here? What are you learning? Jesus. Anyway, so I'll tell you right now, we don't have scanner settings that we share, and there's no scanner on the planet. You can set up any scanner to light up the high of day ticker and then try to assert that there's merit in chasing something because it's lighting up the high of day ticker on volume. If somebody's teaching you to chase, man, you need to learn to run the other way, all right? Trading is all about having a process, having a list of stocks with nice daily setups, having a list of morning gap play stocks, and learning how and when to get them at inflection points, and so on, all right? Anyway, I'm astounded that someone pointed to MNGA as a scanner result and then wanted to know if we share scanner settings. We don't do it, man. We teach you how to trade, period. We teach you all of our A-plus setups, what to look for, stat catalysts, all of it, money management, psychology, every little piece of trading that Wayne and I log in every single day and employ. And I'm just going to quickly throw in my 2017. This is from the first day of 2017 to the last day. That's my equity curve. The green dots don't mean anything other than a new high for the year. If you follow me at all, you know that in July, I had a blunder where 2 days out of 3, I think, I hit my daily loss limit times 3. In other words, I blew off my daily loss limit rule and kind of shook me up. And so, and each little change in this is just a trade. This isn't by days, okay? So these are all my trades for 2017. This is my equity curve. And this was my blunder in July where I took a hit and then had to slowly gain my confidence and work my way back up. Anyway, but this is, you don't see, and then I also did, I did the same thing kind of in March. So you don't see wild equity swings, and this because, this because I don't chase. I have a process. Again, I'm human, and so probably 3 times over the course of the entire year, I broke my daily loss limit rule, and one was here, and this was probably, this whole sell-off here was probably 1 day. Just terrible trade after terrible trade, and I didn't stop trading when I hit my daily loss limit. So it took me several trades to get back to green, and then also here in July. So, being human, I had basically 2 or 3 blunders for the year where I broke my daily loss limit. There's nothing wrong with having a daily loss, hitting your daily loss limit, and everyone should have one. There's nothing wrong with hitting it one day, but when you hit 2 or 3 or 4 times your daily loss limit because you didn't honor the, the amount and stop trading once you get there, then you get those kind of blips in your equity curve. All right, anyway, I'm done babbling about that. Here's what I'm going to watch for Tuesday. And you can see the SPY just crazy strong still. It's just unbelievable strength in the market. So here's what the stocks I'm going to be watching on Tuesday. And again, we'll also add morning gappers to the list, but this is what I have so far. ITUS, very strong move from here to here, kind of chopping around, and they got a little bit of extra volume and closed pretty strong today. I still feel like it's extended from the moving averages, but if it breaks out over this kind of 5-day consolidation, you look to the left and you have a possible secondary catalyst if it can get over this. So having said that, I don't like that, when I say the moving averages, I'm usually talking about the 20 and the 8-day, and when I talk about them, I kind of talk about them in tandem, the two of them, and this is kind of far from those two. So, but anything can happen, so we're going to watch it. PXS, I'm absolutely not in love with this daily chart. The only reason this is on watch is because the very end of the day today got massive volume. So, again, I'm not in love with the chart. Obviously, it had a huge move back here. But because of that massive volume, I think it's worth watching tomorrow to see if it gives any kind of low-risk setup. RGSE, and this was news, I think, on the solars. There's going to be a tariff or something on Chinese solars, or I'm not sure. I didn't really catch the news, but I saw it. Somebody posted it in chat after hours. I came back to still had the chat room open, and saw somebody posted something about that. And so RGSE closed at 115. It's trading at 157 in after hours. So a nice gap up, possible gap and go in that, and really any other solar tomorrow. But that's the one I've chosen to watch. I like the lower price stuff, as you know. SEED, SEED, really nice volume move here. Couple days lower on declining volume. We're going to see if that one can turn back up tomorrow. Remember, I don't hold overnight. Whoops, already did SEED. NCTY has been on bounce watch for like 3 or 4 days in a row. And just another red day, no trades in it. I do like the fact now that it's hitting the 200-day from above, and it's right in between the 8 and the 20-day. This area we call the buy zone, which doesn't mean we blindly buy there, but this is where we want to see this bounce. So I'm watching NCTY for a bounce tomorrow. It's finally gotten to an area that I really like. SPI, let me zoom in a little bit. I've talked about this one this past couple videos, and you had the gap up. Then you had another gap up, and then a couple days lower after that on declining volume. I'm still interested in this one. And the whole dollar number, the whole number $1, I should say, might come into play tomorrow as well. So that goes on bounce watch. I had it on watch for today, and it did not give any kind of setup. So it just goes back on watch for tomorrow. IPCI, let me pan out a little bit now. I had this monster gap up on monster volume for this stock. Look to the left. You see how big this volume is compared to going all the way back to middle of summer. And then today a lower high, but kind of held the 8-day. So we're going to see if this one can maybe turn back up, push through $1 tomorrow. Again, only with a proper setup. FORD kind of has the same setup. Had this massive volume rip on Friday, and then today lower, but closing off of its lows. That one also goes on bounce watch. CHFS, you had this big pop here on volume, again here on Friday, and then today a nice inside day. I did get one trade in this one today through 4 here. I got long and called it in chat right here at 4. And we ended up getting a move to 425, but it really couldn't get going. But now we've got a nice inside day, so it's still worth watching tomorrow. If I had to give you a catalyst, one would be a break of today's high over 425, and that might get you through this 434. Let's see what this high was here. 447. So you have what I call stacked catalysts here. And CNIT is next. CNIT had the big pop here. Failed after the gap and go. It kind of failed, closed at its lows, but it seems to have found support. And today, a little extra volume, kind of gapped up. Closed okay. It didn't close above its open, but today's high was 320. You look over here, you had a high of 318. So it's certainly interesting. Over 320, this one might get a little bit of a squeeze. So CNIT goes on watch. Icon, ICON, had the big volume pop here. Red day, and then a green day again. This one of my favorites going into tomorrow. Let's see, the 2-day high, 161. Let's see, yeah, so 162 breaks a 2-day high, and then 169 breaks the high of the big gap up day. So I always try to put these numbers in my notes. So I'm going to type out 162 and 169. So then tomorrow when I'm trading, I already know the potential catalyst. And over 169, You look to the left, there's really nothing in the way. I love the volume on this gap up day. This one might squeeze to 2. It's got a lot of shorts in it, so we're going to watch that one. CVO, I like the pops here, 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 and now you're a few days lower. Closing green, closing at its highs, right back down to the 8-day and the 20-day area, that buy zone I talked about. Potential long for this one tomorrow. Couple more. AGEN. He had a big spike here that went to 410. It kind of consolidated sideways and a little extra volume today. And trying to break through that, actually went to like 413 today. Looks good above that, so we'll see. It's got some room to run if it can get above that. And then lastly, I have VSI, which had a big volume day back here, topping out at 545. It is a nickel spreader, and hit 535 here, 535 here. So it's definitely interesting up over the 535, 540, or 545 area. If, you know, picture a line right here. It's interesting. It might break out through the half. And another reason I like this is GNC had this big volume pop on earnings, quiet inside day, and looks to be headed higher. So if GNC gets through, and you might want to trade this one as well, if it gets through 528, which was today's high, it might take out the next catalyst of 542 and maybe squeeze. So if you see GNC squeezing, it makes me like this VSI kind of, I guess you could call this a cup and handle. Makes me like that a little bit more. There it is on 60-minute candles, so you can kind of see the cup and the handle. Also a nickel spreader, so be careful with it. I'll tell you what, that's plenty to watch, especially since we're going to add gappers in the morning. Have a great night, and we'll see everybody tomorrow. Oh, the links to the course, again, the discounted version of the course, it's going to be this weekend, 14 hours-ish, Saturday and Sunday. If you can't make it, we're still going to have it recorded, and you'll have access to the recordings for the rest of your life, and you'll have access to all of our future courses included in that price, and our refresher courses. So it doesn't get much better than that. The link is going to be in the description to this video, as well as a link to all of our free webinars. All right, I'm done babbling. Have a good night.